God, this really does look amazing. It looks like Game of Thrones wine. I was gonna say it makes me want to watch Game of Thrones, but also drink wine out of a fancy glass.
Yeah.
I feel weird. Loosey-goosey. Good. Cool. Let's make a video. Hey everybody, today is a very special day. I am so excited to start a new segment on this channel, something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. 3 years ago, I shot an episode of a show that I wanted to start called Drunk Science, where I basically got drunk and talked about science. At the time, I thought it was awesome, but when I posted it, it got very mixed reviews. I did a little too much drinking, maybe on camera. I took way too many shots, got way too drunk. It wasn't great. It's pretty embarrassing. It's still up. You can go back and watch it, I guess, if you have to. So now, after 3 years of figuring out what I wanted to do with the show and maturing a little bit, I am so excited to announce the new and improved Drunk Science! When I was first planning out this episode, I was having trouble figuring out which scientific topic I wanted to talk about first. I mean, should I go with biology, chemistry, physics? And then I realized for the first episode, I just needed the broadest scope possible. And what is more broad than the entire cosmos? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And what better drink to drink while talking about the cosmos than a COSMOS-Politan? See what I did there? Why am I such a nerd? A regular Cosmopolitan has vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and lime, but to make a COSMOS-Politan, I wanted to put a spacey twist on it. So instead of regular vodka, we are going to be using this Starburst infused vodka that I made yesterday. Starburst, get it? Stars, space, cosmos, you get it. You get it, you're smart. Making the Starburst vodka is super easy. You just take vodka, throw it in a mason jar or anything with a lid preferably, and use about 2 Starbursts per every ounce of vodka that you're gonna use. I let it sit overnight, but honestly you could probably just let it sit for a few hours, especially if you shake it up a lot. That helps kind of dissolve the candy into the vodka a little bit faster. There is one last step that you're going to want to do before you use this. When the Starbursts dissolve, all the sugar and color goes into the vodka, but the gelatin that's left behind kind of forms this weird sticky goo, and you're going to want to get that out of there. I'm just going to use another mason jar and, simply enough, a paper towel to strain it. You can use a cheesecloth, or honestly probably even a coffee filter would work, but I found that this works pretty well. So what you're going to want to do is put whatever you're using to strain the mixture over the top of your mason jar and kind of push it down so that you have room to pour it into. If you can see here, I kind of made this little funnel cup bowl kind of thing. And then real slowly, so you don't overflow this, you're just going to want to pour your mixture in. And once you get the last of the vodka mixture in here, then comes kind of the fun part. It's a little hard to get the last bit of the goo out, so I found if you kind of go like this and grab around the edges and kind of just squeeze it down in there. Basically you just want to separate the vodka and that gelatin that's now stuck in the paper towel. And I feel like I'm milking a vodka tit. Okay, look at that. Now we got all that gooey, gross gelatin out of there, and we got a nice, pretty, colored, beautiful vodka Starburst liquid hybrid stuff. Let's give this concoction a little taste and see how it turned out. Oh, wow. That is so good. That is dangerous. It tastes just like a Starburst, like a liquid Starburst. Oh gosh, I have several jars of this. Okay, now let's put it all together and make our drink. First, you're going to want to take your trusty shaker and add ice to it. You can be pretty liberal because you're going to want the drink probably to be pretty chilled. It's going to be a sweet, fruity drink, so why not be cold also? It's summer, it's hot out. You gotta have something a little cool you down a little bit. Next, you're going to add 2 parts of the vodka Starburst mixture that we made earlier. And then everything else, all the other ingredients are just 1 part each. So super easy to remember, super easy to make. We're gonna do triple sec. Triple sec is one of my favorite liqueurs. It's just alcohol made from orange peels. And since orange is one of my favorite fruits, I love triple sec. Next, our cranberry juice. You don't have to keep yours in the coolest glass ever. but I chose to. So it's really hard to pour out of, but really worth it because it looks like Game of Thrones wine. You're also gonna want 1 part lime juice, but I'm just going to kind of squeeze this lime into here, and we'll call that good. It's probably about an ounce or so. You might need a little muscle for this part. If you had a juicer, that would probably be a lot better, but I don't. Okay, once all your ingredients are in the shaker, you use it, as its name would suggest, to shake it up. This is the best part of making any drink. You don't have to dry hump it. That's just my personal style. Okay, now I'm really excited to see how this turned out. Oh my gosh. It looks like a Starburst still. Amazing. Oh man. I'm using a martini glass because a Cosmo normally would be served in a martini glass, but you can put it in whatever you want. I've never been a stickler on what you drink whatever out of. Do what you like, man, do you. Okay, there is one more addition that I thought would be kind of cool. Since we're going with this space theme, we got a kind of pinkish red drink here. Normally you wouldn't put blue curacao into a Cosmo, but I think that blue color mixed with this pinkish red hopefully will give us a really cool like deep purpley color, which kind of makes me think of like space and nebula and stuff like that. So let's just pour a little bit of this in here. Oh wow. Oh, that's doing really cool things actually. It looks like science. That's not even purple, that almost looks black. This looks like space, you guys. And now, just to be kind of silly and fun, I thought since every good martini has a garnish, what better garnish than a Starburst itself. I'm gonna use a yellow one because, you know, it's yellow like a star or whatever. I'm just gonna cut a little slit into it like this and then hopefully slide it right onto the drink. That is awesome. I bet you have never seen a martini with a Starburst garnish before. Okay, you guys, I'm very, very excited about this. Ooh, I hope I don't spill it everywhere. Let's give it a taste. What? 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 Oh my God. What? What? I just need to walk around for a minute. Wow! This is so good! Oh my God! Mmm! It tastes like space! Mmm, little Starburst garnish. Wow. So there you have it, our COSMOS-Politan. Now that we have our drink, let's move on to the science. You guys ready to talk about science? I'm definitely ready to talk about science. The longer I talk about science, the more of these I get to drink, so get ready. Science mode, and science mode means we need to be a little more intimate. I'm gonna have to get a little closer. Bring this camera up to my level a bit. Yeah, there we go. Here I am. Hey, everybody. I spilled a little on myself. Okay, what are some of my favorite space facts? Let's see. You've probably heard before that in space, nobody can hear you scream. And that's true, space is completely silent. Sound is just vibrations traveling through matter, the actual atoms bumping into each other and pushing the next one out of the way, which pushes the next one out of the way. So in the vacuum of space with no matter to bump into each other, there's no sound that can be made, making sound extremely rare in the universe. It's always kind of gotten on my nerves in science fiction movies where like some spaceship or planet will explode and there's this giant explosion noise. If you were floating in space and even saw an entire planet explode, it would be completely silent. I mean, unless like chunks of the planet started hitting your spacesuit, then you would hear like some thuds. Also, you probably would die. One of my favorite, if not my favorite interstellar body is what's called a neutron star, which is kind of a misnomer because it's not really a star. What it is what's left over after a supernova explosion. The reason a normal star is the size and shape that it is because even though it has so much mass, its gravity is trying to crush it and collapse it down fusion is happening inside of the star, and all of that energy and light propagating outwards pushes that mass out, and it finds this happy balance between gravity trying to crush it and fusion energy trying to push it apart. Well, once all the fuel in a star gets used up, there's no longer that energy pushing it out, and gravity takes over and crushes it all down. And when that happens, the actual spaces between the nucleus and electrons of the atom break down. Gravity is stronger than the forces holding the atoms together, and it crushes all the atoms in a star. When that happens, so much energy gets released that the star explodes in the largest explosion in the universe, a supernova. What's left afterwards is a neutron star, and it's not really a star. What it is all of the neutrons that make up the nucleus of all the atoms in the star condensed down. And basically a neutron star is like the nucleus of an atom, where all the neutrons are actually touching each other, much like they would in the center of an atom. But it's the size of a star. In fact, if the gravity of that were any stronger, to the point where the subatomic particles making up the neutrons couldn't hold together, then it collapses down even farther, and that's what you call a black hole, where gravity is so strong that even the subatomic quarks can't build neutrons. They collapse down to particles we don't even know about, and it forms a black hole. Crazy. The even weirder thing about a neutron star is how it spins because of its angular momentum. If you think about a figure skater, if they have their arms out, they spin real slow, and when they tighten their arms in, they start spinning faster and faster. The reason that is their mass is more centered. Well, since a neutron star is almost the densest mass possible, get this, a neutron star can spin about 600 times per second. 600 times per second. It's a star. What? The star spins so fast that the surface of the star is traveling at a significant percentage of the speed of light. Oh man. Normally I could just come up with space facts off the top of my head for days, but now that I'm on the spot, I'm having trouble thinking of some. If I were smart, I would have come up with some in advance, but I didn't plan it very well. Plan it. Cheers. Okay, so you know how I was talking about how like there's so much space inside of an atom that when it like gravity is too strong, it crushes it down. Most of an atom is just completely empty space, and here is an awesome fact that perfectly highlights how incredible that is. If you took all 7 billion people on the planet, all of us, and you removed all the empty space from their atoms, basically you took us all 7 billion of us, and you compressed us down to the density of a neutron star, all 7 billion of us would fit inside of a sugar cube. Right? Right? That doesn't even sound real. Which just goes to show how much empty space there is, because with all of my empty space, I can fit lots of sugar cubes inside of me, but if you take my empty space away, then I fit inside, you know, I already told you. Whew. Science is thirsty business. I just thought of an awesome joke. Where does an astronaut hang out? Oh, wait, I need a prop. 1 second. Okay. Where does an astronaut hang out? In the space bar. Space bar. Okay, so we've been talking about gravity a bit, and gravity probably seems like this super strong, unrelenting force. Our planet is held together by gravity, stars are held together by gravity, but of the 4 fundamental forces, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force, of the 4 of those, gravity is by far the weakest. And here is a demonstration to show you. Oh wait, actually I need another prop. This starburst wrapper, if I put it in my hand right now, it is taking the mass of the entire Earth to hold this starburst wrapper in my hand. But all it takes is one little breath to counteract all of that gravity. Gravity. You weak, son! You weak! Oh, bumping into shit. That satisfies my scientific demonstration quota for the episode. Okay, I could probably talk about science like this all night long, but I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. So I'm gonna cut it here, but thank you so much for watching. I am so excited about this show. I plan to put one out every week if you guys like it. So let me know in the comments. If you like this video, do me a favor and click the thumbs up down there. It really helps me out a lot. And if you really like this video, consider subscribing. Only if I deserved it though. And one last thing, remember kids, drinking alcohol is for adults, but being curious about the universe that we live in is for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.